Okay, so I did do a review of this movie, but here is my spoiler review of this movie. So if you haven't watched it yet, scroll up. If you want to be spoiled, then feel free to stick around. Okay, so this movie, like I said in my original review, stars Lacey Chabert from Mean Girls and Dustin Mulligan from oh God, is it Chiter's Creek? I think you'd call it. Anyway, the movie is about this woman called Kathy, played by Lacey Chabert, and she, of course, lost her husband from cancer, Paul, and one day she goes to some antique store, and there's this woman, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I met the man of my dreams, like with this red scarf," and she's like, "Oh yeah, this red scarf will actually bring you luck," and she's like, "Yeah, no thanks, I don't want this red scarf at all," and of course the woman's like, "Yeah," and says she actually take this red scarf. So of course she takes the red scarf. And there's this like winter snowman sculpture contest going around, and she spots this snowman that has no scarf that's in the middle of the two snowmen that actually have scarves already. And she looks at him and she's like, "You know what? You can keep this." And of course, when she takes like a photo of the snowman, he literally kind of like fries or something. And here's me going, okay, what in the actual fridge is going on? And then they pulled this Jack Frost stunt, okay? I swear to God. When everyone was leaving the town that night, and you can literally see like what's called the snow, like the whirl of snow, like forming a snowman. And here's me going, okay, this is so Jack Frost in 1998 with Michael Keaton. If you haven't seen that movie, Immi Bollock and Egypt, check it out. It's on Netflix. Like this film. So of course the snowman of course awakens, and we see he's this really attractive looking guy, and he steals some clothes because he's naked, because he's got nothing on him, only a scarf, a red scarf. And the first person he wants to try and track down is Kathy, and he of course falls in love with her, and she's like, "Oh, you don't know what love is, like you might think that love is a house, or love is an animal, love is this," and he's like, "Oh, okay, but I do like ya, I do love you," and she's like, okay," because she thinks that he's too good to be true. So of course, Jack, who the snowman's now named himself, he discovers that Kathy lost her husband from cancer. He's like, "What's cancer?" And she said to him, "Oh yeah, it's not a nice thing at all." And he's like, "Oh, you must have like Paul," and she's like, "Yeah, I did." We don't know what type of cancer Paul had, but literally Jack sees this like leaflet, this letter thing, and says chemotherapy and radiation and all that stuff. And of course, there's these two cops. Well, one cop is actually sound. I don't know who played him, by the way. But there's another cop called Craig with another cop, sorry, played by Craig Robinson from Hot Tub Time Machine. You call it, the one with John Cusack was in this as well. It's about these lads and they're stuck in some what you call it, jacuzzi, and they end up trying to travel into the 80s. It's an underrated film. But anyway, he's of course after Jack because he wants to find out like who stole the clothes at the same antique store that Lacey Chevert's character found the scarf that was given to her by the woman. And of course, eventually the cop Craig Robinson does find your man with the scarf, with the clothes, sorry, and he of course, well, before all that happens, he of course finds out there's this like dance thing going on, and he of course asks Kathy to go to the dance. It's like a school dance. It was like a winter formal thing, and of course she was like, okay. And there's this cute moment, right? And I was literally getting a bit teary eyed where he actually gives her this like snowflake necklace. And I was like, okay, what's going on? Is he gonna propose to her, or what's the story? Like he's like literally infatuated with her, but it wasn't a proposal. It's like a snowflake necklace, like I said. And of course, she, of course, like I said, goes to dance with him and everything. And of course, Craig Robinson ends up arresting Jack, and Jack, of course, gets really sweaty, meaning that he is slowly dying because he is a snowman. And even though he doesn't look like a snowman anymore, but he still acts like a snowman. And he is, of course, thrown in jail, and Kathy's like, okay, can you please let him out? He's dehydrated. Will you please let him out? And the cop is like, nah, not let him out. And of course, the whole town's people gather up to bail Jack out. But of course, it's too late because Jack actually dies. And here's Kathy, and here's me feeling sorry for her because she just lost her husband. And here's me bawling my eyes out going, oh, come on, movie. You can't do this. She lost her husband from cancer. Don't make her lose this cute guy that's so friggin' adorable, by the way. And then of course she kisses him, and here's me going, when does this become Frozen of 2013? Then he wakes up and he realizes he's actually now human permanently, and then the movie ends with her and him going to Hawaii because he mentioned about Hawaii in an earlier scene, and she's like, oh, you want to go to Hawaii? He's like, oh yeah, it looks interesting, because he spots some ad on TV, and of course the two of them went off going to Hawaii together in the end, and that's pretty much it. Will we get a Hot Frosty too? I have no idea, but at least it ended on a good note. So that's literally the movie in a nutshell. But here's some interesting things though, between like the whole Mean Girls reference, right? There's an actress in this movie, right? Lauren Holly. Does that ring the bell? Jim Carrey's second ex-wife. She's actually in this movie as this really horny neighbor, and because she becomes attracted to Jack, and she's like, oh, would you actually fix up my pipes? And he's like, oh yeah, sure thing. And he of course fixed up her pipes, and he becomes like a handyman to her. And half the time he's literally shirtless, and here's me going, oh sweet mother of God. Speaking of Justin Mulligan, by the way, he kind of reminds me of Sam Claflin meets Nicolas Cage, a young Nicolas Cage. Half the time I was like, is this Sam Claflin with an American accent? Because he actually reminded me of him with the clean shaved look and everything. I was like, is this literally Sam Claflin? But it wasn't. But yeah, this movie does remind me of Mannequin meets Jack Frost combined together. I swear to God, the director of this movie must have seen Mannequin a billion times and saw Jack Frost and said, do you know what? We're going to take the heartwarming parts of Jack Frost. We're going to just use the plot of Mannequin, except everyone actually sees Jack, and it doesn't like freeze whenever he sees someone, and he just unfreezes himself and no one's around. Like, he literally like just acts like he's a normal guy. But yeah, if you like those two movies, you'll get a kick on this movie. But yeah, I kid you not, I have never cried over a Netflix movie than watching this film, and I don't know why, but like I said there, I kind of felt sorry for Kathy. I was like, oh come on, this cute guy, who's actually a snowman by the way, comes to her life, he brings out the best in her, she brings out the best in him, then like I said, the whole true love's kiss saves the day, and then that's it, remains human in the end, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, Netflix, can you please give me a hunky snowman of one of my celebrity crushes? I'm begging you, I don't care if it's Hugh Jackman or fucking Zachary Levi. Yeah, seriously, can you imagine, right, if you actually built a snowman of a crush, like I said, Hugh Jackman, Zachary Levi, whatever, you built him from scratch, he comes miraculously to life, and here you are going, I have won the jackpot. But yeah, I mean, the premise sounds ridiculously stupid, but it's still a cute rom-com. So yeah, will I watch this movie on repeat? Yeah, this will definitely be my go-to movie for Christmas all year round from now on, because yeah, it's a cute rom-com. I still give it 3 out of 5, so yeah, that's my spoiler review of Hot Frosty. Check it out on Netflix. Like I said, it's a cute rom-com. It's stupid, but it's cute, and yeah, it's a cute rom-com. I enjoyed it.